Every Friday here on 12 News this morning, we go in depth with the Target 12 investigators. Steph Machado is joining me now. And Steph, you spent part of this week up in Boston for what turned out to be a two-day sentencing of former Fall River Mayor Correa. So he was convicted of extortion, conspiracy, and fraud. And you've been really covering him since he first ran for mayor in 2015. So let's talk about what happened this week. What was it like inside the courtroom for this sentencing when he was given this prison term?
Yeah, so federal court doesn't allow cameras or audio recordings, but I was in the courtroom along with a handful of other reporters as the former mayor was sentenced to 6 years in prison. He had several family members sitting behind him, including his new wife, who were in tears. They were comforting each other in the courtroom as the judge really laid into Correa for the public corruption he's been convicted of, calling it crude and pervasive, referring to him as narcissistic. Correa himself showed no emotion on his face. Of course, the bottom half was covered by a mask, but he looked straight ahead at the judge as he made these lengthy comments and then ordered him to serve 6 years in federal prison.
All right, so a lot of people are wondering if Correa will indeed serve all 6 years of that sentence. So what do we know about that?
Yeah, the answer is likely no. He is expected to get a date to report to prison around early December, which is right around the time of his 30th birthday. While he's behind bars, Correa can get credit for good behavior. At most, though, he could shave 15% off his sentence, according to the Bureau of Prisons, which means he could shrink his prison time by a little less than a year. It's also common to serve the last 6 months of a federal sentence at a halfway house, but keep in mind Correa will also be on supervised release for 3 years when he gets out of prison. So if he violates his probation, he could be sent back to prison to serve the remainder of the time.
All right, now let's switch gears to politics while we have you here. Politics in Providence specifically. You had a series of new interviews this week with primary candidates for a special election on the east side of the city. So let's talk a little bit about that race.
Yeah, so this is the special election to replace Gail Golden in the state Senate after she took a job last month with the Biden administration. There are 5 Democratic primary candidates. There they are, ranging from prior office holders to newcomers on the scene: Brett Jacob, Hillary Levy-Friedman, Gina Pham, Ray Rickman, and Sam Zurier. All of them credible candidates who have been raising money. Levy-Friedman so far raising the most funds. There have been a lot of endorsements from different big name groups, and it's been a long time since there was a contested primary like this for a General Assembly seat on the east side. So there's a lot of interest in this race. I asked all the candidates a series of questions about Providence and statewide issues and elicited very interesting answers. So I encourage folks to watch all 5 of those interviews online ahead of the October 5th primary.
Yeah, that's coming up quickly. All right, Steph, thanks so much. And you can check out those interviews right now on our website. Just click on the Pulse of Providence page.